make room for this.
Is this the emptiest restaurant at CityWalk?
Princess of Air, today we're at CityWalk Orlando because it's time to return to Vivo something. It's been a while since we've come back here to enjoy this. This is the one and yet somehow the emptiest restaurant in all of CityWalk. So, it's your number one choice in video entertainment. We need to figure out why. So, remember, she's vegan. I'm not. Vivo Italian?
It's time to foodie and chill.
Fresh baked table bread served with olive oil. Vegan.
Bread. Let's see if it still gives good bread. Now we did ask for dippings, but I'm gonna leave those to Shelby because they're not here yet. So, this bread is cut in half and then fourths and not fully cut. So I'm just gonna see your house. If I was gonna sit somewhere and just eat soup and bread, this is the place to do it because it's so good. Come in the fall and get that. This gives good bread. This is bread that you would definitely brag about and come back for seconds and thirds. I would give it a 5 out of 5 as a princess taste item.
Princess left the dipping to me. Okay. I'm gonna take a teeny bite without it, and then I will try that. I think that's better than the big fire bread. This is the vegan pesto that comes on the minestrone soup.
It's the other one. No,
no?
It's a different.
Oh,
That's the one.
sorry.
He said it tastes better.
Oh, okay.
This one's creamy.
Sorry, I lied. This is another vegan pesto. That is very flavorful. You should try that. It's very good. I agree. Come and sit here and eat bread. And I know we're talking about food, but the bathroom here is killer. And I'm sorry, I'm not gonna stop raving about it. Each stall is its own bathroom. Like, that's amazing. You don't ever see that. In the United States, that's not a thing I've seen. That's why I'm like, the next best is the bathroom in Diagon Alley has a lot of privacy, but those, they're like completely sealed in. Anyway, come eat bread.
I feel like when you come to like an actual like Italian restaurant, not just the Italian-inspired, breaking of the bread, that's an important part of the meal. They don't skimp on the bread. It's not just some throwaway rolls in a basket. You're getting house-made, fluffy, I almost call it artisanal breads. A little dip, because I need flour. This is one of the places you can come, even though they don't have it together on the menu. Really feel like soup and bread would be a whole meal. And walk out happy. Excellent bread, nice and fluffy. No complaints. It's literally like hitting all the perfect points of breast. Nice crust. Internal's good. Nice and fluffy. Holds dip well. You really can't ask for more from bread. This is now the bar of universal bread. 5 out of 5 claws. It's on a better test than this.
House-made minestrone with fresh ditalini pasta. Vegan.
This is the minestrone. It comes with a different pesto than the pesto we had with the bread. Now, I remember last time we came here, I really loved the minestrone, so I'm excited. And we're gonna definitely dip the bread in this later. Cheers. It's a little on the tomatoey side, which it looks like it's on the tomatoey side, but it's very rich with flavor. It's very lovely. If you want a nice minestrone, I think this is a really good place. Definitely the best minestrone at Universal. It's a 5 out of 5. It's a princess cities item. Get you some soup, and we definitely need to be dipping bread in this because they're meant to be.
All right. I will never turn down an opportunity to eat a giant tomato in soup, so I will take that part. So there's a soup. There's also a minestrone at Louis in the Park, which is like very watery, like very not tomato based. Like this one's very tomatoey. That one's good for quick service. I'm not gonna diss it. It's very good. You know, you get your vegan garlic knots to dip in. But if you want like a real minestrone, you can come and eat this one. This one's better.
I'm willing to admit that as a child, I was a soup child. If I was gonna eat something quick, for me, soup is one of those things I can eat any time of day, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. There's a real pipeline, gateway, if you will, from like soup to everything else is like broth and soup base. That's why I like pho. That's why I like ramen. That's why I like udon. But if you can go to those things and then miss out on like the variety of good soups. When I was a child, to me, it was chicken noodle soup or nothing. Other types of soups, vegetable or mushroom soup, none of those existed. Minestrone is one of those soups that if you've never tried, you should. Look at all that heartiness. It's almost like a stew, but in soup form, a little pasta in there. All the fixings will make for some warm insides, and not just from the temperature. If a soup was a security blanket, it would be this soup. If you've had a bad day, you should eat this soup. If you're just a Universal, and you had to eat it someplace terrible, like say like Lombard's, come and eat this soup. I would give it a 4.5 out of 5 paws. It's binging on perfect. I could use a little bit more punch, but other than that, I have no notes.
Santa Margherita Pinot Grigio. Vegan.
I got my favorite wine, Santa Margherita wine. All of their wines are vegan. It's a safe space for me, and I love it. Cheers. Of course I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5 because this is like my favorite Pinot of all the Pinots. And if you enjoy like a light, crisp wine that pairs with pretty much anything, this is the wine for you.
The Local uses fig agave syrup, so it's vegetarian.
So I got the Local. Which reminds me, because in some circles, I've been described as weird or strange. But you know what's more strange? Because you have theme park locals, then you have Florida locals. Florida locals, we top the charts for weird. We corner the market, we export all over the U.S. So a local drink, which is basically a St. Augustine vodka combined with a puree of local fruits and agave, sounds very Floridian. The only thing it's missing is like a swamp puppy. Swamp puppy. Ooh. That is tart. It drinks like a sort of like fruit refresher, the tiniest hint of vodka. Tiniest hint. It needs a bit more punch. Is it double? It would probably be amazing. As it is, it's refreshing and mild. Not like the weather here. I give it 3.75 out of 5 paws.
Eggplant alla norma. Comes vegetarian, this one is modified vegan.
Our server actually talked me into this dish. I was not intending to get this dish at all. It's an eggplant dish where the eggplant is kind of like infused in this pasta. It's nice and hot and beautiful. I forgot my pocket parm, but I don't know if I need it. I might just burn my mouth with how hot this is. Cheers. It just tastes like a regular pasta with marinara that has like a little bit of a different texture to it. Just like maybe like a little softer and chewier. I don't know how I feel about it. I feel like it needs some zhuzhing, like a little extra zhuzhing. This isn't zhuzhed enough for me, I feel. I forgot the pocket parm. I think I said that already. I think it would help if I had something like that. Because it's, I don't know. I'll give it like a 3.5 out of 5 pastas. I do like it more than the vegan sausage pasta that they do here. But it's like kind of on the same level.
The way the server described this was really interesting. He said the skin was supposed to be more prominent of a flavor, and I'm not really that big of a like eggplant skin person. When they had the vegan eggplant parm at Cafe 4 though, like that stuff was good, so you know, I have high hopes for this pasta. And I'm not going to do a big bite like Princess because I embarrass myself enough. I don't need to make it worse by trying to stuff something that's 4 times as big as my mouth. It is. That's really good. I agree with Princess. I feel like it could have another note of something. Maybe it's parm. Maybe it's something else. I don't know. Or garlic. Yeah, garlic would be a good flavor. It just feels like there should be something else. It's still really good though. The pasta's cooked perfectly. I can't even really taste the eggplant, but I feel like maybe if I dig around in here a little bit more, I'll find like some chunks possibly. But it's good. Just, yeah, maybe bring your pocket parm if you have it.
I love a good pasta. And just the way that this pasta is constructed and or executed kind of like raises my eyebrow because we don't use eggplant a lot at home because cooking eggplant can be kind of a menace. If you don't cook it just right, it ends up a mush, or you undercook it and you definitely don't want to eat it then. But like incorporating it more so it just sort of melts into the sauce is an interesting way to prepare eggplant that we hadn't considered. A way to add a little bit more of a unique flavor and texture to your sauce. And I'm all about that. You know, it adds a certain texture and sort of like thickness that you wouldn't normally get with just like a base tomato sauce. And it's not eggplant forward, but I do taste a little of the eggplant in there, which gives it a little bit of character. I'm looking for something a little different, like thick, but not like heavy thick. I think this goes quite well, and like that like aftertaste of like eggplant can sometimes be kind of sharp with the tomato and everything else, just sort of like melts in your mouth. It's like a melty pasta sans cheese, and it actually kind of works. For those lactose intolerant challenged like myself, I would order this and clean this bowl. I give it 4 out of 5 bucks.
Pasta Primavera. Vegetarian as is, this one is modified vegan.
So this is the Pasta Primavera. This is the only dish where they don't actually make the pasta in-house, and that's only temporary because their angel hair broke, their machine. So they had to send out their angel hair, but everything else is made fresh, and this will probably be made fresh if you decide that you want to come vacation here, what am I saying? Eat here on your vacation. Now it is supposed to have a little bit of a kick to it. They give you the spoons, so you twirl on the spoons, you can make like a nice little bite. Cheers. Okay. Maybe there's spice in it. It's like a 2 out of 10 on the heat scale. It's like the mildest of the mildest spice. But if like pepper is an issue for you, then this is gonna be an issue for you. But if you like something that's at that low level spice like pepper, you'll enjoy this. It's a nice like oil based pasta dish with lots of good veggies in here. It's definitely a meal that will get you through a park day. I don't know if I would proactively order it myself, though. I will give it a 3 out of 5 pastas.
Sometimes I'm ashamed of myself with my food ordering choices because if you've seen me try to throw pasta before, you know that I'm not very good at it. So, feel free to cut this out.
Got this.
I just don't, I don't know. I don't know if it's just me, but I hate when I can't, get it on the fork good enough, and then, the pasta falls, and then it hits you in the chin, and I just, just like that. I can't. I don't like it. Let's see. All right. I can't believe I did that in, one shot. I'm so proud of myself today. That's really good. I didn't get any veggies. Hold on. What kind of sauce was this again? Is it like a champagne sauce or oil? Okay. It surprisingly has a lot of flavor, I'm assuming from the veggies. This is good. It would be a struggle to eat, but I don't know if I like one of the pasta dishes over the other one, actually. I don't think I can pick. They're both really good, so.
There's something said about a nice, simple pasta done right. Angel hair was probably my favorite kind of pasta. Close second to fettuccine, but if you offer me angel hair anything, I'm probably in. Just on normal. Now my pasta twirling technique is terrible. I am awful at this, yet somehow I still keep trying. Yeah, it was pretty bad. I got all pasta and nothing else. It's pretty horrible. You know what I mean? I got pasta up my nose. I can tell in that pasta is supposed to be the hint of spice. I think I felt a tingle on the very, very tip of my tongue. Like a Universal firework over Hogwarts Castle. It's there, but it's not quite enough. I can do with a bit more kick. The pasta's good, it's flavorful, it's very vegetable forward. If you want a nice light pasta that's not gonna weigh you down, this is definitely the dish, even though the portion size is definitely Italian size. I think it has potential. It is a bit more kick though. I'll give it 3.5 out of 5.
The wild mushroom and truffle pizza, vegetarian. Vegan option is available.
We have this wonderful, fanciful looking mushroom pizza with 2 cheeses and some arugula, nice thick crust. I was thinking that the pizza here was going to be like personal portions. It's like a shareable portion, nice, decent size. You're definitely not skipping, and honestly, you're probably going to do much better here than you're ever going to do at Red Brick Pizza. So I worry about sometimes about mushrooms on pizza that it's going to be too earthy. Mushrooms can be a strong flavor when not properly balanced. This, with the cheeses, they do well. You get like the earthy from the cheese anchored, and you have that delightful savoriness from the cheese on top. The crust is beautiful. The arugula, I'll hate on the arugula all day long, but it actually goes really well on top of the pizza. This is doing nice things. So this pizza can actually be made vegan. You just omit the cheese. So if you're down for the mushrooms that is, make room for this. I'd give this 4 out of 5 points.
The halibut, pescatarian and gluten-free. Our server said it's spicy.
Halibut, anything, always raises my eyebrows. Halibut reminds me of my childhood. Having spent a lot of time on Alaskan islands as a child. Halibut was a regular meal, as well as caribou burgers. Don't ask. Both tasty, but halibut was not unusual a part of my like normal dinner. Everybody else had meatloaf as a kid. I had halibut like once a week, and that was definitely not a complaint. So when I see it on the menu, I'm probably gonna order. Nice pesto on top. You got this nice sauce. Now, I was told that this may not be for the spice sensitive. And when you give me a challenge, I am all on board. Bon appetit. I love the crust from the halibut. It's perfect. The fish is nice and flaky as it should be. The crust on top is like a hair below. Fish potato chip, the romesco sauce is an excellent sort of like citrusy acidic base to the fish. So like they pair well. Excellent. It is a bit spicy. When I say a bit spicy, I'm talking like 1.5, 2 out of 10 on the heat scale as far as spice goes. But the flavor is nice and punchy. It holds nothing back on flavor, and it sort of like hangs in your mouth to the point it's like it feeds you and then you want more. It's a dish that invites you to just keep eating it, and I love that. That is grade S halibut, not A, S halibut. I'm giving that 4.75 out of 5 claws. This is going to disappear very quickly. Vivo is definitely punching above its weight class.
We really like Vivo. I think of all 3 times we've been, we've enjoyed it. The service, like, huge fist bump to Brandon. Ask for Brandon. He is an amazing server. And if you want Italian food, I really don't think there's anywhere else you should go. We love Biche. Biche is also really nice, but
you can't go wrong with Vivo.
I feel like Vivo is right there underneath Biche. Like, it's that good.
They know their menu very well and make so many other things in-house. They know their food. And they do it well. I don't know what you guys think. It's been a while since we've been to Vivo, but I'm glad we came back. But I don't know what you think in the comments below. Now, if there's anything else you'd like to see us do, that will always be the place to find us. Hit the notification bell if you want to see other videos like this, and
we have new videos 5 days a week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Sunday.
we'll see you soon.
So subscribe and like this video. And if you don't comment, Bear might eat himself out of Halloween Horror Nights, and then you don't get any. We just not go.
It's going to be a haunted house of yeet. Sure, girl.